Hello, I'm Jim Callis with Jonathan Mayo from MLBpipeline.com, and we're talking about Arizona Fall League prospects. In this case, the players that the Oakland Athletics have sent to the Mesa Solar Sox. And Jonathan, they had a really productive 2012 draft, and although they traded Addison Russell, their first-round pick, I know you and I both like their next two picks, supplemental first-rounders who are in the Arizona Fall League right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And Daniel Robertson may forever be known as the infielder that made the A's feel comfortable with trading Addison Russell to Chicago for their playoff run. And there's good reason to like Robertson because he brings a lot to the table. Spent nearly all of the 2014 season in the California League, was very productive there. Hits for average and for power. Got a jump up to Double-A just for the playoffs, so we got to experience the postseason there and get a glimpse of what Double-A pitching is like. He took those lessons with him to the Fall League, gets to face similar level of pitching, and that should get him ready for 2015, where he's likely to start in Double-A. The A's have not shied away from aggressively pushing these young players that they've drafted out of high school, and he is really on the fast track. And the one thing I think that's been the most intriguing about Robertson is that this was a guy coming out of the draft that everyone was sure would have to move off of shortstop, probably to third base as he matured, but he's made a lot of strides there and now really has a chance to stay there. Another reason why they felt comfortable trading Russell, because perhaps Daniel Robertson is the shortstop of their future.
Addison's a heck of a player, one of my best friends, and I was happy for him to see, what his new journey is, and at the same time, for me, it was just kind of the next step for me, and to see that the A's were, confident in me, like you said, to one day take over that spot in the big leagues is just, just a blessed opportunity for me and my careers. Put in a lot of hard work with our infield coordinator, Juan Neveretti, and we just grinded away at the shortstop position. A lot of people didn't think I could stick there, and I just kind of worked hard there for the last couple of years, and showed people I could stick around there. And if Addy was still with us and they said, hey, slide over second, slide over third, I would have been okay with it. But just to show that all the work I put in, kind of paid off to where I could stay at short is a huge honor.
And Jonathan, I think the game plan for Matt Olson is very similar. You sent him to the Arizona Fall League. He's a guy who had a great year in High Class A this year. You kind of help expedite that transition to Double-A next year. I don't think either of these guys necessarily helps Oakland in 2015, but by sending them to the Fall League, you make it more likely that they have a good year in 2015. Maybe they're up in Triple-A by the end of the year and help in 2016. But like Robertson, a supplemental first-round pick in 2012. Olson had a big spring as a two-way player that year at Parkview High in Lilburn, Georgia. They won the national title. Now 2 years later, I think he's the best first base prospect in the game. Finished third in the minors this year with 37 home runs behind Chris Bryant and Joey Gallo. Led the minors with 117 walks. I mean, he's got strength, he's got bat speed, he's got patience, he's got all the tools you need to really fit that first base profile offensively. He's also a sound defender at first base, actually a stronger arm than most first basemen because he did some pitching at Parkview as well. And I think even though Russell, as we mentioned, has been traded to Chicago, they probably have half their future infield out of that 2012 draft in Matt Olson and Daniel Robertson.